You know I never listen. It's not too late for you to let it go to my beat. Rhythm makes me complete. Strip me down to my bare bones. Too long, phasing down the concrete. Moving like great machines. Strip me down to my bare bones.
Welcome to Arboretum, a board game of lovely trees and outside things, where players compete to build their own little arboretum. This is the box, and one thing I quite like about this box is that it's minuscule in comparison to any absolutely normal-sized board game box. Here's the inside of the box, and of course the rules and scoring pad. The game consists of about 80 cards, all consisting of types of trees that you'll be planting. There are 10 types of trees, and depending on how many players there are available, you'll be using a number of them. In a 2-player game, you would use 6 species, for example. Each type of tree has 8 cards, each suit ascending numerically from 1 to 8. These cards are shuffled into a single deck and placed somewhere near the play area. Each player is dealt 7 cards to begin the game. This is their starting hand. Let's say this is my hand and it's my turn. Players will do 3 things on their turn. First, they draw 2 cards, either from another player's discard pile or the draw deck. We drew a 5 maple and a 3 blue spruce. Second, the player will play 1 card to their arboretum. We played a blue spruce of value 1 to our arboretum. Third, the player will discard 1 card from their hand into their personal discard pile. Throughout the game, players will attempt to place paths ascending in value. In order for a path to be valid, it must start and end with the same tree species. For example, this path begins with the value 2 Royal Poinciana and ends with the value 8 Royal Poinciana, with each card ascending in value until the end of the path. But in order to score a path at the end of the game, you must have the highest total value of that specific species in hand. For example, this player has a total sum of 9 Royal Poinciana, 10 in Jacaranda, 12 in Blue Spruce, and 3 in Cherry Blossom. A player with a total value of 3 would forfeit the right to score a Cherry Blossom path to someone with a total value of 6. There is an exception though. If one player has the 8 in their hand and another has the 1 of the same species in their hand, the value of the 8 is considered to be a 0. Paths are scored based on 4 criteria. 1. Each card in the path counts as 1 point. 2. In addition, you score 1 more point for each card in a path if the path is at least 4 cards long and all cards in the path are of the same species. 3. If a path begins with a value 1, then you score 1 additional point. 4. Similarly, if a path ends with an 8, you score 2 additional points. As a final example, let's score this path. This path has 5 cards in it, so it is automatically worth 5 points. This path begins with a 1, so it gains 1 point. The path also ends with an 8, and it gains another 2 points. Since this path isn't made up of only 1 species, they do not score additional points. Overall, this path is worth 8 points in total. And that is it for our overview of Arboretum. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. If not, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you're feeling generous, check out the links in the description to see how you can support the making of these videos.